Well, shades of Spanish. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor, Kilo Victor station calling. Try again, please. Well, my goodness. I think we may be having some malicious interference. It does sound like that to me. And, you know, it takes somebody, I think, mentally ill to try to disrupt an intelligent conversation, probably because the individual is not intelligent, at least not intelligent enough to conduct a meaningful communication. So all they can think about is trying to disrupt other people's communications. And, you know, that is somebody that is really mentally ill, I think, because they lack the ability themselves to communicate on a meaningful way, and they can't stand it when somebody else is communicating in a meaningful way.
Whiskey 4 Sierra Echo Hotel, Virginia.
Roger, Sierra Echo Hotel. Stand by just a minute. I have a prayer for the mentally ill that I do find, you know, I need to pray for those folks that are mentally ill, that are reduced to making noises, unintelligent noises. And I confess that I've judged those who struggle with mental illness. I have judged because I don't understand. So, Lord, forgive me for making assumptions. Forgive me for my indifference. Comfort and relieve those who are troubled in mind and spirit. Bring them hope, peace, and the consolation of a loving community. This is KC9VKV. That was a prayer for the mentally ill. Station, this is KC9VKV in the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog program. If you have a radio you want to check out the audio, give me a shout.
KC9 PVD, I think it was. Whiskey 4 Sierra Echo Hotel, Virginia.
Sierra Echo Hotel, what's the name there, please?
Roger, first name is Steve, Sierra Echo Alpha Bravo.
Roger, Steve. The name here is Jim, Juliet India Mike, and we are located just across the street from Louisville, Kentucky. We are about 3 miles away from downtown Louisville, just across the Ohio River. Roger.
Sitting here in Culpeper, Virginia. Can you give me the last 3 letters, Jim, please?
Yes, sir. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. KC9VKV, and this is the Qso-Vlog program. We are 20 over from Montreal to Miami and from New York to New Mexico. And we air check between 3:30 and 5, and then place those recordings up on YouTube so you can check out your audio. Roger?
After that, yeah, I was on here, I don't know, it was a week or so ago, and I was kind of scanning the dial, and I came across and you were working with some people. You provide a great service, and it's really fantastic that you're as knowledgeable as you are and you're able to help people do it. I personally got back into ham here from the 80s. U.S. Navy took me off track there for a long time, but I actually got back on the air here back in December. So I am a little interested in the audio. I think I'm probably driving a little hard here. ICOM 7300. Running off a Buxton Wyndham multimeter off-center effect dipole. But, yeah, if you got a minute or so to work with me, I'd appreciate it, Jim. Over.
I do, sir. What kind of microphone are you running?
I've got the ICOM Sierra Mic 30, a little desk mic, the mid-range one there. Over.
Roger. Well, I would, the first thing is I would put my compressor at about a 3 out of 10. I would run that compressor at about 1/3 of its capabilities. Roger?
Okay, I was sitting at 4. I just dropped it down to 3 at this point. Over.
Roger. Then I would take my mic gain in hand, my microphone level in hand, and put my multimeter or whatever on ALC and adjust my mic level to where I was running mid-scale to 2/3 on the ALC meter.
Okay, Jim, we'll do that. I am just about the 50% point on each and every one. Let me turn it up a little bit here as I talk. I have a tendency to kind of go up and down in audio here, but that looks like about 50% for me, and that's a 57% mic gain. Over.
Roger. Mic gain is unimportant, I mean, as far as numbers, because all you want to do is get that, satisfy that ALC. And you could run just a little bit, you could run 2/3 on that meter, which would be another 15% audio level.
Waving on the compression scale, but the AOC is pretty solid there, about 50%.
Roger that. Well, I would keep increasing my mic level until my ALC read more towards 2/3 than half. Roger, somewhere in that area, just past half. Roger.
Okay, I'll keep doing it. Test 1 2 3 1 2 3, and to be honest with you, what I'm getting here is I'm getting additional compression scale. My ALC is still at the 50%. On my ALC scale, I have a red line on the bottom of it at the 50% point, and that seems to be where it wants to park. It's staying right about there. Over.
Roger. Well, you know, what happens is that your mic level input is in front of the compressor. So just because you put the compressor on a 3 doesn't mean that the compressor is going to be doing the work of a 3 until you bring up the audio level to make the compressor function at a 3 level. Roger?
Understand. I just turned the compressor off, and the ALC fell back to probably 30 to 40%.
Roger, I don't know where you went. I would turn the compressor back on at a 3 and about mid-scale on your audio level, and because you were really killing me there a minute ago.
Yeah, I just turned the compression function off, and the audio did fall off quite a bit. Well, that's interesting, because I've been having very good success here the past month or so talking with previous settings, and this is significantly higher from the mic gain perspective than what I had before. But I'm quite comfortable with it. I get a lot of meter movement, so looks like this is actually pretty good. My compression scale now is peaking up around 15, which relative to the scale is about 55% of the line. Over.
Roger. Well, what you're looking for is about a 3 dB dynamic range. A 3 dB dynamic range means that your average peak modulation is somewhere around 75 to 80%. And you got to consider that unprocessed audio average peak modulation is about 30%. So what you want to do is to try to decrease the dynamic range. That is, get that average peak modulation up, so your audio is just maybe two times louder than unprocessed. And so between running that compressor at about a 3 and running your ALC at about mid-scale, you will turn up on that radio probably with about 75% average peak modulation, which is, about 3 dB dynamic range, and that's a really pretty fast signal.
Understand. Okay. Well, Jim, I appreciate your help. Thank you so much for that. Over.
Roger, sir. Glad you could check in, and always good to, try to help somebody. If you wanted to, you could add a few clicks of top-end EQ to brighten things up a little bit. This is KC9VKV in the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog program. We go between 3:30 and 5 Eastern. And right now we're talking to Steve. Steve, you still there?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I got distracted. Dog wanted to come back inside. I had to run over there and let her in real quick. Okay, well, Jim, I appreciate the help. I have a new set of settings here. I'll go play with it, and I'll do some more when I get back on the net later tonight and play with that and see if I can bump that ALC up a little bit more, because it's staying pretty solid there at the 50%. I just have to play. So again, thank you so much, and you have a great evening. So KC9 Victor Kilo Victor, thank you, sir, for your service and what you're doing for us. W4SEH.
Roger. And Steve, I wouldn't change a thing, man. I'd get the duct tape out, I'd get the super glue and the Gorilla Tape, and I would tape everything down so it doesn't move. I mean, I think you got it going on, in my estimation, almost perfect, right as you are right now. Roger?
Roger. QSL, Jim. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
Roger, Steve. 3 set away, sir. This is the KC9VKV Qso-Vlog program. We record live between 3:30 and 5 Eastern, and then post it up on YouTube within the next couple of days. And so if you want to hear what your radio sounds like, give us a shout, and then we'll record it and put it up on YouTube in a couple of days. And all you need to do is go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, and that will take you to our Qso-Vlog page. We've got about 430 Qsos right now, and somewhere on page 1 or page 2 will be this Qso, and it'll be entitled My Group Aircheck 12519. My Group Aircheck 12519. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor.